And we're live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the New Moon Sisterhood Circle. It's been a while since we've come together in Circle live. So I'm really excited, to have this opportunity just because I feel like the energy is really different when we're sitting here in circle together. Even if we watch it at different times, it's just the intention is different when we've come live versus when I just decide to pre-record the videos. I think also it's I feel like at the core the intention is different. It's not that one is better or worse, but I feel like I appreciate having, some time away from the live circles to now come back and be able to share live with you guys again. So I'm sure that you know from what I've been talking about that I was traveling over the holidays, went to the US to see my family, and then got my UK visa, which I had been waiting for about a year of trying. So was able to get my UK visa and then was able to spend a week in the UK with my partner and his family for New Year's. And it was great because I wound up spending New Year's in exactly the same spot as I did last year when everything kind of went crazy and I was getting sent back to New York from the UK immigration, and it was just like a very weird, ungrounding time in my life. And it was just awesome to be able to really revisit that same spot 1 year later and feel like the wheel has turned one full turn and my life is now so different, and I look back on that time with a lot of appreciation also because I'm just going to turn the screen down so I don't have to stare at myself talking. All right, that's back on that time with a lot of appreciation, mostly because it kind of catapulted my life in a completely different direction that I wouldn't have necessarily thought about. I mean, that action had a ricochet, which sort of bounced my partner and I to Berlin, which then bounced us to Malta. And here I am sitting in Malta, a place where I live and a place that I had never, ever thought about before, but it has actually become quite a perfect place to sort of play out this portion of my life. So yeah, holidays were really great. Really great to see family. It had been almost a year since I saw my family. And in that interim, my sister, had gotten married. Lots of stuff had happened. So, and I had missed a lot while I was kind of quarantined in a way, like waiting for visa things because I couldn't travel for most of 2015. So I feel like on both like a physical and a psychological level, I feel like I've busted through a year's worth of feeling a bit claustrophobic, a bit trapped, not able to travel. And I'm such a traveler. I need to be able to spread my wings and, at the drop of a dime, like decide that I'm going to go to Rome or Paris or even further afield. So I really felt like my wings had gotten clipped this year. And I spent most of the year kind of in practice of how, trying to find a way to not only cope but thrive in that environment. And it really helped, being in Malta, being in such a beautiful place and having nature around and all that, But I feel like that kind of transition into Capricorn is really interesting because I got my UK visa right as we were about to transition into Capricorn. Capricorn really feels to me like busting through blockages. Busting through any kind of roadblocks that are in your way and just really dispassionately, unemotionally taking just vantage, and looking around at what's going on in your life and where you want to be and where you are now and just really making a concerted effort, a great plan to kind of bust through any of those blockages that you see like on the path, on the way to your dreams really. But I think Capricorn is what it can teach us to do best, you know, it's really no surprise that we do our end of the year planning and we kind of get into like our New Year's resolutions, intentions, whatever you kind of subscribe to. It's not a surprise to me that we do this while we're kind of smack dab in the middle of the Capricorn energy, because Capricorn is all about planning. It's all about, you know, strategy. It's very earthy. It's very rooted. This is not like head in the clouds kind of what if planning. This is, you know, where you take the what ifs that you've developed when we've cycled through other zodiac signs, you bring them here to Capricorn and say, right, how am I going to actually do this now? What are the steps, you know? So Capricorn invites us to actually just sit down, you know, and do that practical. And so having said all that, our New Year's, I guess it's New Year's, new moon, our Capricorn new moon ritual today is actually going to be a very grounded ritual and quite on the practical side. And I have 2 pieces of homework that I'm going to send you away with. Totally optional, but I think that they both will really help you get started this year in a good foot, solid grounding, solid perspective. I have just kind of creating my little altar around me. I picked up on a whim a few pieces of amethyst, you know, to guide us. Amethyst for wisdom and understanding. And also the purple just felt really connected to Capricorn. And since it really matches the purple color of the design of this month, you know, the module itself is purple, but it's sort of grayish purple. So I was feeling really drawn for these ones. So I'm sitting here in front, grabs a couple purple, beautiful purple pillows that are nestling me on both sides. I have a ginger tea, and then I've just grabbed the Miracles Now deck because I'll pull one of these towards the end and we can use this as a guidance card for the month. So the agenda, since this is a practical one, I'm going to conduct it in a practical manner. The agenda of what I'd like to kind of touch on today, start with a grounding meditation to just reconnect as sisters, reconnect to the group energy, the kind of mastermind energy, and really get into the body. Capricorn is all about grounding, you know, so we'll start to grow some roots down into earth. Then we'll be revisiting our intentions from the last new moon. I'm not sure if you've come with your journal. If not, maybe just run and grab the journal that you write your intentions in. It's good if you keep them all in the same journal, because then you know just to bring your journal to our rituals every time. Then we'll be doing a bit of a longer, more in-depth meditation, guided meditation, where we'll be tackling financial blockages. And we'll be doing like a 6-month kind of visualization, future tripping, to see ourselves, you know, 6 months from now. New moon manifestations can take a period of 6 months to fully blossom. And so because this is our first new moon of the new year, I thought it'd be a good idea to plant some longer term intentions while we're in circle here together. So we'll be visualizing ourselves kind of 6 months down the road. After our meditation, we'll sit down together and we'll set 6-month goals and intentions. Just a few of them, you know, just kind of getting the like sort of planning juices flowing. And we'll also be writing down what we normally do, which is our monthly intentions that we'll discuss and rediscover 1 month from now as we get to the new moon. And then I'm going to set out, grab a Miracles Now card, and then I'll be telling you about your homework at the end. So it all sounds good. I mean, what we're really kind of the energy that we're working with this new moon is busting through financial blockages, really, as I thought would be great work to work on right now. And as we kind of move through the zodiac, we'll be doing deeper financial work when we get to, in the spring. So when we get to Aries particularly, well, Aries will be touching upon some financial stuff as it relates to power, and Taurus is kind of the ruler of the financial house, so we'll really be cleaning house and cleaning blockages when we get around to kind of April and May. But Capricorn gives us a great base to look back into the history, you know, so what happened last year financially, and then make a really strong plan for this year. So I've already done some of this myself yesterday, last night actually. Friday night I had my my year-end money date with myself. So the money date every Friday. It's on my calendar, and I get reminders for it every week to have my money date. And I did like kind of a year-end money date, which is mostly practical with a bit of manifestation kind of, you know, mixed in there for good measure. So I really just went through like my expenses for last year. I kind of cleaned up all the financial stuff. It's like cleaning out my financial house, making sure everything was in order. It's not even close to tax time, but I wanted to make sure that I tied a little bow on the end of 2015. I was aware of how much I made, what my expenses were. And then I also went through and did a little bit of cleaning and cleansing within my business. So this is particularly for business owners, but you could do it, you know, even if you're not an entrepreneur. I'm sure that there are extra expenses that are just piling up in your life, little things, you know, take $10 here, $25 here, $50 here, these kind of monthly recurring services that you're not actually using. So what I did in my business and life, I kind of went through everything, made a master list of all of the things that come out of my account, whether monthly or yearly, what the amount is, the date that it comes out. And then I just ranked them one by one to see, do I use it? Is there a cheaper option? Is there a cheaper and better option? Or is this really useful? And it stays. And I actually wound up cutting out about $150 per month worth of expenses that were really unnecessary. And it's not about denying myself of anything that I want. I still have the ones that I think work well and, you know, are perfect for my business, which is why I'm trialing. We're doing something a little bit different today with the ritual, just because I was paying quite a lot of money for a WordPress plugin that was using free Google Hangouts, and it actually just cuts out one step, you know. So I was able to save, you know, something like $70 a month of getting rid of this plugin and trying it this way, which I think is going to work great and is going to be completely free. So I invite you to do that as well, you know, to have an end of year review financially, see what was kind of working, what did work, what needs some work on it. And then I did a manifestation piece where I did a little bit of emotional freedom technique tapping on calling in, you know, financial abundance, and then finding lots and lots of compassion and forgiveness for myself for the places that I've been maybe blocking the flow of abundance and kind of all that yummy financial freedom that's making its way to me. So, just tapping into this, the feeling that I have of joy to have the whole group together, the joy of continuing to work with all of you individually and as a group. Feeling your energy, your presence is always such a treat for me. And it's now November, December, January. Now we're in our 4th module of working together, so it's wild, isn't it? Time is just flying. Well, let's sit down and do a little grounding meditation together to kind of get ourselves into the spirit of this new moon. So sitting, I think, is best for this meditation. So find a nice, comfy seat. Make sure you feel your sitting bones really ground it and root it into the earth. You can sit on a pillow or something else that makes you feel comfy. I even have some pillows I'm gonna prop right in the outside of my knees. Just give me some extra support as I sit down. When you're ready and comfy, you can close your eyes. Let out a few organic sighs. Maybe rolling the head from side to side, or around in circles, front to back. How about giving yourself a little neck and shoulder massage? We tend to kind of hold a lot of tension from over the holidays, a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure that we take on as baggage kind of into the new year. I'm going to use this new moon as an opportunity to start fresh. If you have your hair down, you may want to even go in and give yourself a scalp massage, just scratching, massaging, even pulling on the hair, just creating some relaxing sensation. Place both the hands over the heart space. Send your breath down into the heart. As you feel your palms move up and down with every breath. Let's move the hands further down the body. It's just kind of right above the belly button. So somewhere above the belly button, below the chest. Send your breath to this space and feel your hands move up and down with each breath. Move your hands down to right over the womb space, the lower abdomen. One hand rests on top of the other. Sending your breath all the way down to the womb space. And feeling your palms move up and down with each breath. From here, taking your hands, placing them palm down on the tops of your thighs, palms to thighs. And picture your sitting bones starting to grow roots deep strong roots, like the roots of a tree. Growing roots down, down into the earth. Down into the dark soil. When I think of Capricorn energy, I tend to think of beets. It's one of the kind of visuals that always comes up for me. It's beets, nourishing and healthy and earthy and grown in the dark soil. Growing our roots down to really tap into the nourishing energy at the center of Mother Earth's womb. Imagine your roots like the umbilical cord connecting your body, your spirit and energetic body to that of Mother Earth. When you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. Those grounding meditations always take me so deep, and I've been really appreciating them recently. For a long time, I really resisted grounding meditations, and God knows that I need them. I mean, with the kind of Vata, Ayurvedic dosha of just very kind of flighty bird-like energy up flittering around, and combined with that kind of Gemini, airy fairy twins, And I always feel like I could use lots of grounding. For some reason, the meditations, something about growing the roots into the earth has always made me feel a little bit claustrophobic, So in the visualization, I noticed that I would only just send like the smallest tap root out, like be like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna be rooted in the earth, but just like only a little bit. There's something that still even now makes me feel a bit uncomfortable about the visualization of growing the roots down. And I don't know if it's a bit of kind of mild claustrophobia, or even if it's just like I've always felt kind of a disconnection with my feet, the floor, the earth. I spend a lot of time kind of heart and above. And even when I started going to an osteopath, she had commented about this disconnection at the diaphragm, that things were moving down in the bottom of my body and at the top, but they were not really communicating or connecting here at the diaphragm. So I actually spend a lot of time, nowadays thinking about relaxing and releasing through the diaphragm, giving this my body more space, for the communication to rise up and down the body, but really getting into also the grounding meditations of growing the roots really far down in the earth. And I find that if I can release my resistance to it, that I just am moved to a really beautiful and grounding, a really grounded place. But I'm curious if any of you have ever had that experience of resistance to wanting to like ground down, or resistance to even, have you ever felt resistance to like a visualization when someone, a teacher proposes or offers a visualization to you, there's a part of you that's like, you know what, no, like I don't really want to visualize to kind of go to that place. Because I've definitely felt it before, and it always seems to happen with like those really deeply like send your root all the way down or send an anchor all the way down into the earth. I find that my first reaction is just like, no, I don't want to. I want to stay up here floating around, and I don't want to be kind of tied down. So there's definitely a lot for me to kind of work in with that, and I'm actually just starting to unpack that a bit. And I'd be curious to see if other Geminis maybe feel the same way too. But yeah, earthy, grounded. So we're here, we've all landed, we're in our bodies now. We are going to revisit our intentions. So grab your notebook, your journal from last month, and while we're all chilled out now, just take a few minutes, privately to go through your intentions and just see. Now, this is very non-judgmental, compassionate with yourself. Just have a look and see what was going on last month for you, what your intentions were, and what you hoped last year and last moon would come to fruition. And as always, you're welcome to share in our Facebook group about what your intentions were for last new moon, and then also the kind of new intentions or goals that you make in this ritual. And I think as we go through our intentions every month and you see what was working or what didn't work, I think it's important to kind of really see what does work, what you can achieve in a month, what things always seem to kind of, you write them down, and then like the next month when you get there, it's like, oh shit, like I didn't exercise again. I always put this on here. So this January new moon would be a great time to really like explore into the intentions that never seem to come to fruition. Everyone has one or two of those. Mine is waking up. I don't want to say even waking up early, waking up easily. I've never been someone who pops out of bed. I always am such a snoozer, and now that I run my own business, there's not really like that concrete reason to kind of like, I don't have to get up to go to work. If I'm up by noon, then I'm pretty much okay. So that certainly goes on my intention list a lot, of like waking up easily or waking up early. And it's one of those things that like, I could put that on there every month and then I still would be struggling to achieve it, so I give myself some compassion for that. But I would love, I would definitely love some tips about how one can wake up easily, because it has never come naturally to me, and I would love it for it to just, I'd love to wake up and just kind of like pop out of bed in the morning. It's happened like a few times. Probably I could count like on both hands the amount of times I've popped out of bed in the morning. So for me, my intentions for last month, I knew I was going to be doing a lot of traveling, and so I kept them very light. And my intentions were really just to spend some quality time with my family and to take some time off of work, So I was able to tap into both of those. I did spend a lot of quality time with my family, which is great. And then I also was able to take about 2 weeks off of work. But I mean, when you're a business owner, it never 100% stops, so there's still like a little bit here and there that I was still doing. But I did it. I maybe took some time off. And let's just take a moment of gratitude for everything that's passed. As we've moved from dark moon to dark moon. everything that's happened over this month. Mm, really grateful. Mm. So, like I was saying in the beginning, Capricorn is, I think, a great time to just think about any financial blocks that may be kind of keeping you small, or poor, quote unquote, that may be keeping you from achieving your true abundance or your financial dreams or just a level of comfort. And so I thought we could work with a bit of kind of meditation and energetic healing energy in terms of like our finances and financial blockages. So we'll just continue, in a place of comfort, sitting down. I prefer sitting down rather than lying down for this one. And when you're ready, you can close your eyes. And turn to your breath. I want you to send your attention to just around the belly button. So we want to take attention to the solar plexus chakra. Which you'll find kind of hanging out in the center of the lower middle of the belly. The solar plexus chakra is the seat of our power, and it's where we can experience a lot of financial blockages and blockages to abundance. And in your lower belly, I'd like you to imagine that there is a flame, a golden flame. With each in-breath, the air oxygenates the flame and it grows larger and larger. Now this flame is unique in that it's able to completely purify any blockages that are keeping your solar plexus chakra from spinning freely, from spinning in a healthy way. The larger that the flame gets, and the hotter that it burns, and the brighter that it burns, you can feel that the swirling vortex of energy in the belly is getting faster, the rotations are more frequent. It's as if you've greased the wheel. I'd like you to take your palm, it doesn't matter which one, and I want you to start rubbing in circles on your belly, as if it was like a Buddha belly or Winnie the Pooh or something, kind of rubbing its belly for luck. So you're going to rub your own belly, and I want you to either go counterclockwise or clockwise, whatever comes naturally to you. I feel like the direction that you want to go in is the direction that you need. As we rub our little Buddha bellies, our lucky Buddha bellies, we're creating positive reinforcement for the solar plexus chakra, reminding ourselves that we are lucky, that we are abundant, we are able to manifest our desires. And while you're rubbing your belly gently, lovingly, I want you to release the muscles, the abdominal muscles. You may find that even without realizing it, that unconsciously, subconsciously, you're tensing and pulling your belly in. I want you to let that Buddha belly out fully in all of its glory. Feeling the soft, feminine curves of your body. Start to move the circle around your belly in the opposite direction. Notice if this feels like it changes anything energetically. Does one direction feel like it's pulling energy out and one direction feels like it's pushing energy in? Maybe go back and forth a little bit and start to see if you can sensitize yourself to the feeling. It's okay if you don't feel anything or they feel exactly the same, but you may notice that there's a bit of a difference. Or maybe you might notice that one direction feels more right to you. We're just testing a bit of energy healing here and sensitizing the body. Now, what feels good to me at the moment is to keep going back and forth. So I'm doing about roughly 10 circles in one direction, and then some other circles in the opposite direction. And when you're ready, come to a place of stillness with your palm right over the belly. And just feel the swirling energy, the prana, the life force, the lucky juice swirling around in the belly. Keep your belly soft. Appreciate those feminine curves, those life-giving feminine curves. And if you like, you may want to just give yourself a bit of an abdominal massage here. You are beautiful. You are worthy. You are deserving. You are strong. You are powerful. You are confident. You are a powerful manifester. You are creating a beautiful life for yourself. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of nourishment. You're worthy of protection. You're worthy of abundance. Place both palms over your abdomen. And feel that the abdomen, that the solar plexus chakra, has become such a beautiful open channel where you can receive your dreams, where you can receive your abundance. Know that this is a place of trust, a place where you can trust in your own capacity to provide for yourself and to provide for those who you love, children, partners, family. In this space, we know and we learn that we have enough. There will always be enough. And if we can tap into this source, this open channel directly from the universe to the solar plexus chakra, that we will never be without. From this space, we know that we are rich beyond belief. As we sit and bask in the gratitude of abundance for everything that we've received and for everything that is to come, that is steadily making its way toward us. And we ask that if we ever come to a point where we can no longer see that abundance and feel that appreciation for all that we have, feel rich in every moment, that source, that universe, that divine will find a way to remind us. And from this place of true openness, I'd like you just to take a moment to make a wish, have a dream, to ask for something, even to ask for something that is so wild and so beyond what you normally would ask for. And I want you to really visualize it. So clear. Taste it, smell it, feel it in your hands, see it. If it's a financial number, see it in your bank account. And most importantly, feel it. How will you feel when you receive this wish, this dream, this abundance? Place your palms together in front of your heart and bask in gratitude. Together, we ask that we have the clarity to see where we're blocking ourselves financially, where we're blocking our abundance. Then we ask to be a clear channel for abundance, for financial freedom, grounded in pure, pure gratitude. Bowing your head to your palms, in the gesture of thank you. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. Financial freedom and gratitude. I've been thinking a lot about financial blockages recently. As I dropped below, after the holidays, I dropped below what I have deemed in my mind, to be the safe zone, financially. And in my bank account, it's like I dropped a bit below, and it's kind of automatically like created a sense of anxiety and a bit of panic, kind of tightness in my chest. And I found myself kind of going into like old money mindset things, there's not enough, there's never going to be enough. I had a good ride, but like now it's done and it's never going to come back again. And, which kind of always leads back to like homeless on the street with no one loving you, which I think is a very, very common fear for most people, especially women, that like I won't be able to take care of myself kind of thing. And so as soon as I felt, like, contrary to like what I would have done in the past, which is I would have kind of lathered myself up into this anxious state, I was like, right, got to get my money mindset back on track again. And what I noticed that's true for myself, my blockage is a lack of trust. So when I see that number drop down, now, like, that number has increased so much compared to what my like panic, my panic number, it's 10 times what it was even 2 years ago, so one was feeling gratitude for that, then my panic number, my anxiety number is really just so much higher than it used to be like just a year or two ago. So I basked in the appreciation for that, and then just really tapped into this issue of trust, So when I start to feel constricted financially, I realize it's because I have a lack of trust in myself, trust that I'll be able to provide for myself, trust that more clients are coming, that more opportunities are coming, and then just trusting in myself as a business owner, as a woman, as a adult, but then there's also this lack of the deeper trust with the universe, that there is an infinite amount of abundance out there, and it's only a kind of vibrational step away. So I did, some great work yesterday with tapping, with, I went, I don't want to look at, I knew I had my standing Friday money date, and I'm just like, I don't want to look at, how much taxes I owe for the next year and da-da-da. So I was like resisting, sitting down to it. And it was like, no, this would be empowering. Sit down. And within 24 hours, some more work, had come my way. A few client, emails came in, and it was just like the universe being like, yeah, you're back on track. And I really, really believe so strongly in getting into that healthy money mindset, that abundance is flowing. And I just think, man, how does it hurt, how does it hurt you to be in a mindset of abundance, and I just look around and I say, I am so grateful for everything that I have. I have everything that I want. Um, Wonderful life, just gorgeous, beautiful life, nature all around me. Had the opportunity to like slash a couple things out of my life that freed up a bit more money. And then it was just like, within doing that, it's like, okay, well, I slashed a few of my things and I'm like, oh, now they're going to give me a $50 refund for this. And now I get some money back here. And now we're going to do prorate what you paid prepaid for the month and you'll get some money back. So just little bits of money started flowing. And I know you hear it all the time, money mindset gurus, that just say, oh, you get your mindset and then it starts flowing. But I really do, I'm like a scientist by heart and I see the evidence coming in when I do actively decide to shift my mindset away from a place of lack and into a place of abundance, of flowingness, and gratitude, and just kind of jumping up and down and saying yes, 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 that I feel like it starts flowing again. So that is brilliant. I wonder if any of you have really kind of considered or struggled with that in the past, this like getting to a place of tightness with finances and then see the evidence of like is when you try to shift it that you do see more kind of abundance flowing into your life. So that leads me to like number one piece of homework that I would love for you to do, which is just like me, I'd love you to set up a standing money date with yourself this year. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to take a lot of time. I do mine on Fridays, not at a specific time, but I just know at some point on a Friday I'm going to have my money date. Your money date can look however you want it to. It could be a time when you pay bills. It could be a time, but I think if you're going to just like sit down and pay bills and have it be very practical, make sure you do a little bit of an energetic and spiritual component to it. Whether that's just 5 minutes of tapping. There's a cool video of tapping. I did it yesterday. It was like tapping for $50,000. And it just, just get yourself in the habit of preparing yourself to level up and receive more. So why not ask for something big, bigger than you would have normally asked for. And that's not something I would have necessarily asked for. And I was doing the tapping and I was like, actually, I'm going to tap for $100,000, just because like I wouldn't have normally asked for that. So if you can do like watch a YouTube video and do like 5-10 minutes of tapping through financial blockages, have that be part of your money date too. Sit down once a week, once a fortnight. If it's once a month, then it's once a month. But I think once a week is a great time. I tend to do my expenses, anything that came up in the week. I have an app that I use for that, so I just categorize my expenses. I just kind of look through my accounts receivable, see what's coming up in the horizon. I look at all my money everywhere, bank accounts, and I just see it and sit with it. I'm grateful for it, thank it. And then I'll do some kind of tapping work or just meditation or journaling around finances. So my homework for you is put it in the calendar, get a reminder. It pops up on my phone every Friday, money date. Even better if you can just saw something sparkly in the corner of my eye. The money is appearing and the gold is glittering all around. No, I think even better if you can dress up, put on some lipstick. If you can, just make it away. I put on my music that I love. Like I told you guys that Upgrade You by Beyonce is like my song of the year and my theme of the year and my song of the year. And so after I did my like finances for 2015, I had my money date yesterday. I just danced to Upgrade You afterwards. It was like the icing on the cake. And then I kind of transitioned into my at-home spa night and had wine and chocolate and yummy things, black bean burgers. So do it. Put in your calendar, have a money date once a week. hopefully, if not, then a time, you know, that really fits into your calendar. But I think if you can sit with your finances once a week, that you'll really find that this year you'll be able to level up your finances and really bust through some of those blockages. And right now is the perfect time to set that up in Capricorn's energy. So, how do you like that? I told you this is going to be pretty practical, this new moon. And let's see. So we are at, all right, time to set our goals. So what I like you to do is take some time to, you may not want to do it right now if you're watching live. If you're just watching the video, then you can just pause it and come back again. But this is the time to set, one, you'll be setting your monthly new moon goals. So what kind of intention do you want to carry with you from this new moon to the new moon that we get to in February? And then the second one is setting 6-month goals and intentions. So where would you like to be in the new moon in July 2016, which I don't even have this set date. I'll have to get the exact date, July 2016 for the new moon. So setting those now, yeah, if you're watching the video and the replay, you can pause it. If not, we'll just take a little bit of time to kind of write them together, because I do believe in the energy of doing this all together as a group, especially when we're doing it live. So I'm going to be doing mine as well. And then just to say, like, if you don't get it all down now, you can always come back to it. So maybe just write down some like ideas now, and you can clarify them after our ritual. So I'm going to spend, personally, I'm going to spend some more time on my 6-month goals after the ritual. Because I feel like I need a bit more time to really crystallize what my vision is like for the next 6 months. But I'll share with you the goals for this new moon as we transition, you know, through Capricorn and into Aquarius. So this month I'd like to focus on eating clean. So I really went off the wagon in America over the holidays. Lots of drinking and so many Christmas cookies. So I want to continue on this, like, you know, clean buzz, but not anything dogmatic, not a specific kind of, you know, diet or anything like that. but just really like clean eating. In my business, I'm planning this month to introduce a new coaching program, which is going to be totally a new thing for me. And then an event, a free event that I'll be putting on in February, which more details to come for that, because I think it's going to be sweet and fun. I want to go to more social activities in Malta. I haven't been doing a lot, spending like more time in the house, and not really like going anywhere. So I want to go to more like yoga classes and meditations and cool things like that. Getting on Periscope. Started doing Periscope, and I want to do it Monday through Friday and just be online at like around 5 p.m. in my time zone, which is like 4 p.m. UK and 11 a.m. on the East Coast. And I have like different topics, different themes for the days. So being on Periscope is a big thing, intention for the month. I'm going to tap on my money mindset regularly. And then my last one is to get dressed up nice and, put on makeup and just do my hair, because if you're like a stay-at-home entrepreneur or a stay-at-home mom or something, you know how easy it is to just kind of be in your pajamas all day. Or if not pajamas, then yoga pants, and I have all these really beautiful clothes that I bought for myself while I was in America. So I just want to be like, actually wear them, Instead of putting like the leggings, I can put in my velvet pants or my new like leather, fake leather, pleather pants, So I'm going to make an intention to just like make more of an effort about getting dressed and dressed up and just looking beautiful and put together. So that's mine. I'd love if you could share yours in the Facebook group. And when you have some more time to like sit down with the 6-month manifestation goals and intentions, doesn't have to be super intensive, just some like road marks or signs, along the way. If you feel comfortable sharing those, I'd love to hear those as well. So, okay, so the second piece of homework that I wanted to leave you with, one is finishing up the 6-month goals and intentions. Goals, intentions, core desired feelings, whatever works for you. I would love if you could write yourself a letter and post-date it to, and I'll try to find the exact date, the new moon in July of 2016. So 6 months from now, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. It takes us to July. And post-date it so you can read it. And write yourself a letter, congratulating yourself on everything that you've achieved for these 6 months. And you can be as detailed and specific or as kind of loosely based as you want. You can congratulate yourself for like getting a book deal that you wanted to get, or the fact that you have, gone to that salsa class or dropped the last 10 pounds, whatever it is that you are working towards right now. Certainly no judgment from me, whatever it is that you're doing. But I think it would be like a cool time to just like sit down and write yourself just a little love letter, a little congratulatory letter, and then we'll open them. We can open them together if we want, like in July on the new moon. So I'll get the date for that and I'll let you guys know. And yeah, lastly, let's just get into another meditative state to kind of seal in the intentions for the month. So when you're ready, coming back to a comfortable seated position. Close your eyes and turn your attention to your breath. Place your open palms right in front of your heart, kind of out a little bit from the body. You may need to just like pop one of your eyes open to see what I'm talking about. So imagine like you were just kind of scooping up some water to drink. So open palms, visualizing those intentions that you just made, intentions and goals, placing them in your palms. And gently blow your intentions and your goals out of your palms and out into the air, out into the energetic spirit, the fabric of the earth. Place your palms together in front of your heart. Bow your head to your palms in the gesture of gratitude and thanks. Thanks for everything that's already come to be and everything that will come to be over this next moon. Namaste, and thank you. Then we close our circle by palms up, placing the hands on the legs, closing the eyes and visualizing holding hands with the sister to the left of you and to the right of you. Even give it a little squeeze. Feeling the energy as it moves around the circle. Our love and our energy combines to build something that's bigger than ourselves. And we sit in appreciation and support of one another. Where we hold each other's most delicate dreams. I thank you so much for spending this time with me and with your sisters, and look forward to catching you on the next ritual as we move through Capricorn. And I also look forward to seeing you in the Facebook group with your questions, comments, and general good vibes. Lots of love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Enjoy your new moon. Bye.